100 people watching. I'm like, huh?
Usually there's a camera here to do it, but he's able to
I can send it to you. Yeah. I was like, what? Oh, God.
All set up, ready to go?
Yep, here's your mic.
Yeah, right.
Come on, man. Okay, I gotta help them do the
Music?
yeah. Hold on.
Great.
You need to go down? Okay. Hold on, let me see if we can find it. Alright, everything's good. Do you need the link or do you have it?
I think is it the same one as yesterday?
It's 16U.
Let me see. I think
Like,
I sent it
you're
to
like, oh
someone.
yeah, obviously it's 16U.
Oh yeah, here it is.
I can see if it comes up. That's the game.
So this would be the game yesterday.
Yeah.
So if I click on that, and you press the
Oh,
live, I
live.
should go live. Yeah. So
And then you go to that one. Yep. You're good. It's there. All right. I'm going to take this in case you need a cord. Supposedly it's down below. Let's go. What? Oh, what? Let's go. For the Zamboni. So somebody said it was in this hallway. I don't know. We gotta find Miss Doherty. Is she not here today? Okay, crap. So somebody said it was like right here in this hallway. Wouldn't you think it was this?
Maybe.
Because I don't see any like.
Is it in the penalty box?
No, it's here. It's not in the penalty box. Because this is. Interesting. Cool. You have a new one?
Yeah. Other device.
You don't have the Bluetooth. You can just play.
Try something.
Try something. The only problem is, like, I have no idea where the volume control. It's probably your side button on your phone. I hear it, Reese. Is that you? Yeah. Can you turn it up? Yeah. Turn up your volume. All right, you guys got it? Sorry. I don't think there's like a dial in here anywhere to dial it up. I think you just have to dial up with your phone.
My phone's at full blast right now.
Okay.
I can run upstairs and see how loud it is. Yeah, wait.
Yeah, see, this is as far out as you can go. So, like, if you want to walk closer, just make sure it stays plugged into that one. I don't see any dials, though, to, like, dial it up. I don't think those are like, plugs. Unless there's, like... Is that as loud as it goes?
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry.
No, you're
Do you know where they're at?
Yep. Thank you.
All right, there we go. Sound check. I don't know. Coming to you live from Detroit Little Caesars Arena with 3 minutes on the clock for our warm-ups. Coach is dropping some pucks down for warm-ups. Parents enjoying some slices of pizza while they watch the Detroit Lions play. There we go. Thank you, Kristen. Hopefully my feed's a little better today. Got the SportCam running again after having to email them. We got Reese Solier on the tunes. down below in Tuscaloosa. Oopsie. Hopefully, Paparazzi, you were able to get this on your iPad. Otherwise, I'm going to give you a call and get you going on that thing. Get you casting it to your TV. We got Detroit Little Caesars versus Culver Academy, day 2. Snoozing during the warm-ups. All right, now time over. 16 minutes on the clock, 0-0. Detroit Little Caesars versus Culver Academy. Thanks for joining us on this beautiful Sunday afternoon. We've got line 1 with Nadia Nadad and Anna Loveday out on D. We've got our 90s line out with Kate Valentino. All right, Reagan McGarvey and Emmy Evans. We're going to break out of our zone. We're heading down towards the Culver zone. Oops, there we go. Nadia pumping in deep. Who's going to cover her? Let's see. Oh, nice. A shot off the post. Time to wake up, Gibbons. Here we go. All right, Culver's breaking out of the zone. Culver's back through neutral ice. Got 2 on 3. as good people are going for a change. Nice save there by Kennedy Copeland's in net today. All right, finding Malakino. Malakino's going to dump, and they're going to go for a change. And we get an icing call here. 15-13 left in the first period. We're going to end up with a face-off down to Kennedy's. Let's see here. Kennedy's left-hand side. Blocker side. Here we go. Lainey Perigee is going to take the face-off with Leah Pfeffer and Maddie Schiff on defense. We've got line 2 out there with Emma Waldrop. Lainey Perigee taking the draw with Rylan Harwood on the wing. There we go. 15-13 first period. As the ref's about to drop the puck, Lainey winning the face-off. Culver picking it up. Culver's defenseman shooting in ours. As it wraps around the boards, Lainey's going to shoot it over to Maddie Schiff, who's going to pick it up. Back to Harwood. Emma Waldrop's going to come in there and help him out. Emma up to finding Evans. Evans working through neutral ice, taking it in deep. Firing just a bit wide. Pfeffer keeping it in on the blue line. Maddie Schiff. And Leah Pfeffer hold down the blue line here. Forwards are going to have to do some work in deep. Emma Waldrop, that is, working behind the net, looking to find a friend out front. Yeah, she finds her friend. Evans makes a shot on net. No luck. Really took care of that one. Schiff regrouping, back through neutral ice, finding Lainey Perigee as we go for a change. Out pops line 3. Pollock, Mullins to do the work. Perigee's going to go to the bench, and out pops Gibbons. As we're getting fired on, Kennedy's getting peppered with some pucks down here. Line 3 is going to have to regroup. Getting tangled up. We're back in neutral ice. Our forwards are going to have to do some work. Culver shooting it in deep. Michaela Gibbons getting tripped up there behind the net, pulling a penalty. Was that Michaela or, I'm sorry, Emma Hewitt, sorry. Saw the threes. Emma drawing a penalty behind the net. We are going on a power play, folks, with 14 minutes left in the first period. Line 1's going to hop on out there. We're getting a face-off in front of the Culver's goalies' left-hand glove side. We've got Emmy Evans, Rylan Harwood. Malakino's going to take the draw with Nadad and Schiff on D. Nadad, nice draw back to Nadad. Nadad to Schiff on the blue line. Schiff's walking the blue line, finding Malakino. He looks for someone. Harwood trying to get it back out front. Schiff's going to regroup and grab it. A little bobble there. Who's that? Sorry. Malakino. Look at the umbrella as we are on a power play. Glove save by the goalie off of Malakino's ripper. We got 1:08 left on this power play with 13:38 left in the first period. We're going to get a draw in front of the Culver goalie's right-hand side here. Malakino's going to take the draw. Hopefully she can draw back to Nadad there and she can get in. Oh, she draws back to Harwood. Harwood looking. Harwood with a dump pass back to Schiff. Schiff regrouping and finding Malakino. Malakino looking for a friend, finds Nadad, who snuck up in there. Nadad trying to fire in through traffic, doesn't work. And Culver chips it back out and long. We're back down in front of Kennedy with 1 on us. Nadad looking behind the net to make a play. She's going to find Schiff. Schiff to Nadad. Nadad's trying to work out of the zone. This is just killing our penalty here as the Culver players are on attack. Nadad finding Harwood in neutral ice. And Culver chipping it back in deep on us. We just burned off 40 seconds of that power play. Not good for us. Nadad finding Schiff. Schiff working back up the boards, trying to take it in. Schiff firing on net. Nice. And then she goes for the change. That was a great dump and change. Nice firing puck on net. As Loveday and Doherty are working the blue line, we've got our line 2 out there with Waldrop and Reagan helping out Lainey Perigee. Loveday with a snipe and a glove save at 12:32. We've got 3 seconds left on this power play. We're going to get a face-off off to the Culver goalies' left-hand side here. Waldrop's going to take the draw back to Perigee. Waldrop getting hustled there at the This player just stepped on the puck, so we couldn't win the draw. Culver's player pops out of the box, hard up the boards, but we aren't letting her take any control of that as Waldrop grabs the puck and goes through neutral ice back into Culver territory. Waldrop chips it in deep and goes for the change as Struna pops out. We got Struna, McGarvey, and Perrigy up on forwards with Doherty and Loveday on D. We got 12:01 left in the first period. As Culver's trying to regroup and bust it out of the zone, we're in neutral ice as Gibbons comes off the bench. Gibbons is grabbing it, looking for somebody, passes it up to Struna. Struna works through neutral ice. Culver picks it off. Back to Struna. Struna picking it off, finding Gibbons in the center ice. Gibbons with a pass to Mullins, and Mullins a shot on net. That was a rocket. Glove save for the goalie. Looks like we're gonna have line one pop back out. So line one's popping back out with a face-off down in front of the Culver goalie. We've got 6 shots to 2. Quick release of the puck there by the ref as Malachino takes the draw. Got Nadad and I don't know who's up on there. Oh, Nadad and Hewitt on defense. Sorry, we got a little change of route after all the power plays here. Malachino firing through traffic, blocked. Nadad taking it in deep as Hewitt goes for a change. Out pops Schiff to help out. Evans finding Malachino. Malachino popping it behind the net. So McGarvey, Culver goalie is going to cover that. We're going to get another line change as Gibbons, Mullins, and Pollock pop out. Looks like our D are going to stay. Schiff and Pepper on D. Gibbons is going to take the draw with Mullins and Pollock on the wings. Gibbons to Pollock. Pollock with a shot on net. Culver popping it out. Leah able to grab it. Gibbons is going to go in, and we're offsides. Gotta wait. All right, 10:40. We're going to get a face-off just outside the zone for Culver. Gibbons is going to take the draw with Mullins and Pollock on the wing. Schiff is ready there, ready for the drawback. Popping it back to Schiff. Sorry, we're going to neutralize pass to Pepper. Pepper gaining control, popping it up the boards and working it back in the zone. Pollock's got to take pursuit now in the corner. As Pollock and Mullins are trying to do the work up front. Schiff keeping it back on the boards, back to Pollock. Pollock's behind the net. We got nobody in front of the net. Got some D, I guess. All right, Gibbons trying to give a little poke there. Schiff keeping it in on the blue line. Nice work finding Pollock. Pollock trying to keep control of it as she's getting a little poke there from one of the defensemen on Culver. Waldrop's going to pop out as Pollock goes to the bench. Waldrop coming in hot to help her friends out with 10 minutes left in the first period. Culver grabbing the puck and going through neutral ice. Waldrop with fast, fresh wheels comes out and pokes the puck. Her and Leah are going to do some work. Michaela's popping back to help Schiff. Schiff's going to go through some traffic. Sorry. Finds Waldrop out front. Waldrop getting a shot off as we go for a change. Waldrop pulling down the court as we get a whole 4-line change. Perrigy, Evans, and Waldrop out there to do the work with Nadia and Loveday. Waldrop going for the change as Evans pops out. Oh, nice. Pass off to Evans. Evans chipping a shot, blocked. Perrigy finding Evans. Evans get poked there. Let's see. Well, Culver's working back down into our zone. Firing wide, blocked. Evans scoops it up. She's looking for a friend. Finds Perrigy. Perrigy bouncing it up the boards, trying to find Evans. Evans flicks it into the zone as we go for a change. Evans is going to hold down the fort as line one pops out with Doherty and Hewitt on D. Malachino. Sorry, McGarvey to Hewitt. Hewitt finding Malachino up front. Malachino's going to work in the corners there. Evans coming to give it a little poke. Hewitt's going to draw up, keeping it in the boards. We have 8:25 left to fight in this first period. With a 0-0 score. Culver's going to ice the puck. Ref's got his arm up. We're going to get a face-off back in front of the Culver goalie. All right, who's taking the draw there? Gibbons is going to take the draw. Gibbons might be getting kicked out. Oh, nope. We've got Struna, Gibbons, and Pollock with Doherty and Hewitt. A bunch of 2010s out there versus Culver. We've got Doherty and Hewitt on D. Culver taking it through the neutral ice. Hewitt popping it up the boards to finding Struna, who found Pollock. Pollock firing wide. Gibbons to Doherty. Doherty back to trying to get it back to Gibbons as it bounces up the boards there. Gibbons is going to have to do some work in the corner. Doherty roughing him up on the boards. Got it in their feet. Culver popping it out, looking to break out. Have to spread out, girls. There we go. Culver popping it back into neutral ice. We're offside, so we're going for a line change as Maddie Schiff pokes it in deep. Maddie Schiff regaining control, finds Waldrip. Waldrip chucking it in deep, and Evans is on the chase. Evans and Waldrip working in the corner. Parody out front, looking for a pass. We've got Schiff and Pepper on deep. Finds Parody with a laser on net. The goalie deflects it wide and right. Another shot on net. We're at 9 shots to 2 here in this first period. Thank you, Miss Pollock, then, for keeping shots on net up there on the clock. Thank you. Parody looking to find somebody. Her and Evans are doing some work, grinding in the corner down there. I call this one the grind line. Grinders finding Paffer. Paffer over to Schiff, who's calling for it. Schiff firing through traffic. Laney getting a piece of that, trying to tip it in. We have 6:35 left in the first period. Laney working behind the net, trying to get a pass out front. Culver picks it off. Laney's not having it. Schiff keeps it in bounds. Nice. Holding down that blue line as we go for a change. Waldrip and Parody come off as 97 and 91. Malachino and Evans coming in. I get so easily distracted. It's like butterfly.
Good thing you don't have Gordy here.
I know. Gordy would be a good color guy. All right, line one's out there. Loveday and Nadad. Evans. All right. Let's find somebody. We're back in neutral ice. Culver trying to get it in our zone. Lovedays. Chasing it in the corner with a back pass to Nadia. Nadia finding, who's that over there? Sorry, Reagan. Fighting Malachino as Reagan goes off the ice with a pass up forwards. Hewitt's going to pop on with Mullins. Struna's going to pop out. There we go. Mullins in the corner looking for a friend. She's going to skate it out. Making a quick move with her feet there. Oh, everybody guys gets tangled up as we're weaving through traffic. A little kerfluffle. Hewitt with the big body there, taking some work on the boards. Culver's trying to keep it in, but Pollock pops it out. Pollock with the pursuit. We've got Pollock, Struna, and Mullins on the forwards with Doherty and Hewitt on D. Another 2010 line. Kate popping it into the corner. We got 4:46 left in the first period, 0-0 score. Culver working behind the net, trying to break it out. Pollock is not letting them free. She is just keeping them on. Kate keeping it in the blue line. We're going for a change. Out pops Harwood and Schiff. Culver icing the puck from the red line. That was close. She went for the red line, but we are going to get a face-off with 4:37 off to the left-hand side of the Culver goalie. We've got line 2 with Schiff and Peffer on. Going to hold down that blue line. Looks like Waldrip's going to take the face-off. This is her strong side to pull it back to Parody. Yes, nice pass back to Parody with a snipe. And a glove save by the goalie. That was a quick drawback. That's what hockey should look like, my friends. We were just talking about that after this 19U game. We're looking to see that in one of the plays with 8 seconds left. Waldrip. Back to Pergy again. Pergy snipes through traffic. Pepper shot blocked. Culver's going to pick it up and head it in deep. That's icing. As we head back down in front of the Culver goalie. We got Reese on the tunes. Reese and Tessa Priya. Reese still there. We got 423, 11 shots to 2. 11 shots for Detroit Little Caesars. Puck gets shuttled through back down into our zone. Schiff grabs it up and over to Pepper. Pepper trying to find someone. Pops off of Evan's skate there. We're back down in front of Kennedy Copeland, now behind her. And we're going to try to break it out again. Sorry, bring the camera with me. Malakino on the boards, trying to find someone. We're back down in front of the Culver goalie. And so quickly we're back down our neutral ice. Evans walking it in with McCarty. McCarty rifling his shot just wide. That was sizzling. McCarty regrouping, finding Nadia. Nadia walking the blue line and firing through traffic. Oh my gosh, almost deflected in by one of the Culver's defenseman's shin pads. That was a little trickler, as we might say. Nadia looking for somebody here in neutral ice as we battle on the boards. Culver finding it, but Waldrop fresh off the bench gives a little poke check, and Culver ices the puck again. We got 3:15 left in the first period. We're going to end up with another face-off down in front of the Culver goalie. Line 2 is going to stay out there. We got Harwood, Pergy, and Waldrop. Let's see if we can do the Waldrop-Pergy drawback again with Loveday and Nadad on D. Oh, nice. Again, she runs that play again. We got to get it up in the air, folks. Nobody could capitalize on that deflection. Pergy had a nice shot off the pads of the goalie. There's nobody there to pop it in. That Waldrop to Pergy combination is working pretty good as she wins those faceoffs. Nadad with wheels, going through neutral ice, breaking out. She's going to go. Laney's going to cover her on D, which is nice that we've got no holes back there as Nadia worked it in deep. Nadia's going to go for the change after pressing through. Nice pass to Pergy. Pergy firing. Gets lost in traffic. Doherty, fresh off the bench, scoops it up, tries to fire it in. Blocked by one of the Culver players wide. Pergy trying to find somebody. Nobody's out front as we're on a line change. Out pops Mullins and Hewitt. We've got Struda out there. Laney's going to go for the change, and Gibbons is going to pop off the bench. Culver ices the puck. Actually, it's a shot on net. Kennedy scoops it up and covers it. So we're going to, don't play it. Yeah, we don't want an icing. Thank you. We're trying to regroup and get it out of the zone. Doherty finding Struna. I don't know what the referee's going to call here. Something that's back down here. He's pointing down to the far end. Something happened. I missed. Well, I don't know. Culver parents are not happy about this. 2 minutes left on the clock. He's going to leave line 3 out there with Schiff and Pepper on D. Gibbons is going to take the draw with Mullins and Struna on wing. 2 minutes. 12 shots to 2. 0-0 score. Culver grabs the puck off the faceoff, and they're going to go. Michaela trying to poke him in there. Schiff finds him, pokes the puck, and Culver's offsides. Evans, line 1's going to pop out. Malachino, McGarvey. As line 3 forwards go to the bench, Pepper and Chip are going to stay out there with this face-off just outside Kennedy Copeland's zone there on her right-hand side. Culver chucking the puck up the window, up the glass. Jeez. And they get it in deep on us. The shots really do tell the tale of the game. We have spent the majority of the game in their zone. It's 12-2 shots on that. Malachino finding, slow motion. Finding Emmy Evans, who gets tripped up there in slow-mo. We got 1:27 left with a face-off in front of Culver's goalie. Nadad and Loveday are going to pop out to replace Schiff and Pepper. And line 1 is going to stay out for our forwards. Malkino's going to take the draw back to Evans. Evans is right there parked for a pass. Oh, nice pass. Nice! Again, they ran that nice play. Malkino drew right back to Evans. Evans with just a snipe on net and a glove save. Easy to read for that goalie. He's going to have to take a dirty goal for us to get something here. Nadad passing to Loveday. Loveday, or the Nadad. Nadad, not off. Oh, jeez. Nadad found Evans. Evans had a nice shot on net there. I got a little excited. And Culver's back there neutralized, skating it out of the zone. We've got 3 on D back there. Oh, Culver with a shot deflected wide. It looked like it took a little bounce weird there. Made me a little nervous. All right. We're going to end up with the icing. 49 seconds left in the first period. And a face-off down in front of Kennedy Copeland off to her right-hand side. And line 2 is going to pop out. Harrigan's going to take the draw. Flanked with Evans, Doherty, Hewitt, and Waldrop. Ooh, Waldrop getting tossed into the boards. That's not good. It's not on camera, but took a little header in there on the side. Oof, sorry. Kate trying to pop it out. I'm busy watching the game. I'm not calling anything. Copeland plays the puck, finding Evans. Evans going to regroup behind the net, looking for a breakout. Evans is going to skate it out, trying to find Waldrop with Jets. Waldrop through neutral ice, having to battle up the boards, getting tangled in neutral ice. Culver chucks it back in deep. Copeland's going to grab it up and find Hewitt. Hewitt to Doherty behind the net. Doherty's trying to find Waldrop. He gets it in the feet. And we have the buzzer, folks. That is the end. For the first period. We have a 0-0 score after 16 minutes. Brandon going to impart some words of wisdom. Wills, the goalie is talking it up. We have 16 shots to 3 for Detroit Little Caesars on the 16 side there. The majority of that period was spent in front of the Culver goalie. Girls sharing a drink as we're going to head back out. Copeland's going to head to the other end. And the referee is calling for a face-off. Oh my gosh. Folks, we have a chicken here. I don't know what team this is, but they've all come in costume to come cheer on there. We're sitting behind Little Caesars, so I'm maybe the 12U Little Caesars team. Or 14s. I don't recognize any of them, so it must be the 12U team. They might have practice after us. All right. Line 1's taking the face off. Malakino back to Loveday. Loveday and Nadad back there doing the work for D. Garvey finding Malakino. Oof. The referee getting caught up in the action. We're going to grind it out in the corners. Culver trying to work it out behind their net. Nobody's able to pick it off. They're back in neutral ice. Culver on the breakaway. Culver firing, deflected high by Kennedy. And into the netting, out of play. So we're going to end up with a face-off, I believe, outside the zone. He's out of bounds. Oh. My bad, I lied. Referee's taking it over to the dot off the Kennedy Copeland's left-hand side. And Gibbons is going to take the draw with line 3 out there. Mullins and Pollock. Culver firing wide. Pfeffer and Schiff on D. Mullins finding Gibbons. Gibbons trying to break it out. Gibbons chucking it up the boards to Pollock. Pollock's going to take it in. Pollock with a shot on net. Gibbons, oh, take it up. Oh, Gibbons with a goal. Pollock to Gibbons. Gibbons getting a little dirty one. All right, that breaks the seal. That's goal number 1 for her this season. We'll take it. Pollock to Gibbons. Little love from Pollock. And that's +1 for Little Caesars. And then it was at 15-13 in the second period. We have 17 shots to 4. All right, line 2, I'm sorry. Carrageen's going to take the draw. Carrageen taking the draw. Oh, I'm sorry, line 2. Oh, Carrageen with a nice shot on it. I thought Waldrop was going to get that one in there off the rebound. Culver icing the puck. In trouble trying to get it out from in front of their goalie. Hey, baby. All right. That was icing. We're going to have a face-off with line 2 staying out there. Waldrop, Carrageen, and Evans are going to do the work with their buddies Schiff and Leah Pepper on D. We're going to get a face-off off to Culver's right-hand side with 14:58 in the second period. Pepper with a nice hold, keeping it in the zone. Waldrop, fast feet, back to Schiff. Schiff trying to find someone. She finds Carrageen. Carrageen looping around, looking bounce pass back to Schiff. Schiff over to Leah Pepper. Pepper chucking it in deep. Didn't have much to do. She was all tangled up with players there. Evans trying to do some work. Culver popping it back out, but Schiff is there on the blue line to keep it in. Schiff's going to walk it in. Schiff getting tangled up. Carrageen's going to regroup in neutral ice. Trying to find Harwood. We're back down in front of Kennedy Copeland now as Culver chucked it in deep and went for a change. Schiff's going to grab it up and finds Waldrop. Waldrop pops it back to neutral ice as Mullins comes off the bench. Carrageen's going to go for the change. Out pops Pollock. Sorry. Oh, Pollock, come on. Leah looking for somebody. She's going to get it out with a backhandy. She's trying to find Schiff. Mullins doing the work on the boards. And tangled up. Carrageen's still out there. Carrageen with a poke. Oh my gosh, she got to take it up at her feet, but she's going to find Pollock. Pollock's offsides. All right. We're going to get a whistle. All right. That was close. Oh boy. We're going to get a face-off. I don't know why we're getting one there, but I don't know hockey, so I just call it like I see it. Line 1's going to take the draw with Haddad and Loveday on D. Culver chucks it in deep. All right, we're going to do shots every time I say Chuck today because apparently Chuck is the new word instead of there. 13:30 with a 1-0 lead, 17-4 shots on goal. Kennedy Copeland covering that one up easily. We're going to get a face-off. Off to, how's Bella doing, by the way? I mean,
I don't know. She's not on the bench anymore, so I'm going to go find her.
Okay.
It's not good.
Yeah, yesterday. I know, and the way she was walking too, I didn't know if her knee got tangled in there too. Oh. I didn't even know you were here. You're standing 2 feet from me the whole time. Sorry. I'm a little curious about poor Bella Kearney, one of our fellow Little Caesarans previously now playing for Culver. She got a concussion, so she's out. All right, McGarvey getting it through neutral ice. We got a chicken, you know, just for funsies. Why not? All right, Hewitt and Doherty back out on the ice, helping Copeland play a little defense. Let's see what it is. Pollock tussling on the boards. We've got Struna, Pollock, and Malachino hung out there. Line 3 with plus Malachino. Malachino working through the ice with Pollock. Oh, Pollock poking. Malachino goes for a change. Gibbons pops out. Struna going in, firing, getting shot to getting deflected wide. Gibbons is looking for a pass to Hewitt. Back behind the net. Pollock gets tangled up. Sorry, I jumped. I gotta let go of the stick here. Woo. Yeah, oh, Pollock with a pass, trying to get it back out in front of the net. Culver picks it off. Culver trying to skate it out of the zones. Culver through the neutral ice. Struna trying to find Pollock. Culver chips it up the boards. Hewitt picks it off. Hewitt's going to work behind the net, getting just absolutely tripped up. No call on that one. Harwood out. Got Harwood, Waldrop, Gibbons out there with Hewitt and Doherty as we're working down in front of Kennedy Copeland. Michaela trying to grab it, no luck. Michaela pops it down. Ooh. Michaela's going to go for the change as Waldrop works it in deep. Out pops Pepper, Doherty, Pepper, Perrigy, and Schiff. Culver with a weird shot off the red line, off the end line, goal line, I should say. But Copeland catches that, covers it up. We've got 11-16 in the second period. Perrigy taking the draw. Sorry, getting a sip here. Oh, Culver working the blue line, firing through traffic, deflected wide. Perrigy's looking, finds Waldrop. Waldrop finds Evans. Puck's loose in neutral ice. Culver's going to scoop it up. Leah Pepper trying to find somebody. Waldrop touches it, but Culver's going to chase it down before it gets to the goal line, so no icing call here as Perrigy with fast feet is down in the zone and keeps it down in there. That is just a great work by Lady Perrigy, keeping it in the zone. Nadia Nadad working it in deep. Who's going to cover her on D? Malkino catches that. She's gone. It's going to cover her on the blue line. Nadad went full circle. Malkino is going to pop back and neutral ice to grab it up. Culver picks it up. He's putting the pressure on. We're back down as Laney gives a little hip check. Or no, I'm sorry, that was Nadad giving a hip check. Culver popping it back around the boards. Loveday finding Nadad. Nadad back to Loveday. Sorry, there's a lot of shenanigans going on in this rink. It's keeping my attention behind me. All right, we're battling on the boards of neutral ice. It's tangled up in people's feet as Malkino pops out with it. Culver with a poke check and a breakaway and a firing shot on Copeland. Nothing she can't handle, though. She's going to cover that up. We got 9:41 in the second period. 17-6 shots on net. A 1-0 score for Little Caesars in the lead as line 3 pops out. Yeah, line 3 pops out with Schiff and Pepper on D. It's Struna. Pollock's going to take the face-off with, Mullins grabbing the puck and going. Oh, no, that's Struna. Struna to Mullins. Mullins back to Struna. Struna looking with the pass to Pollock. That was some quick work by our girls. 2010s and Schiff. Culver icing the puck. We're going to end up with a face-off back down in Culver Town. Doesn't some Culver ice cream sound good right about now? Not the same company. Line 3 is going to stay out there. Scarlett Pollock's going to lead the line, centering Mullins and Struna with Pepper and Schiff on D. Culver popping it into the corner off the face-off. Mullins digging in. Mullins and Pollock battling in the corner of the Struna. Works behind the net, looking for somebody out front. Struna making some moves, using her feet, getting tangled up as Pollock comes in to help her out with an elbow or two. Mullins grabbing it. It's going to pop back to Pepper. Pepper's going to walk it in off the boards, trying to keep it in deep. Oh, Culver just absolutely elbowing Pepper down into the board. She's fine. She gets back up as Pollock has to do some work on the boards. This is a little grindy. All right, Culver with a flea flicker out in the neutral ice. We're going to have to regroup. Schiff waits for everybody and kind of works it back in. We're trying to get back on sides here as Schiff bangs it in deep. We're going to go for a dump and change, but we're right here because our bench is right on that side of the ice. Evans with a grab with her foot. Nice. Oh my gosh, that was a great move by Evans. Foot to stick, keeping it in the zone. I'm sorry, that wasn't Evans. That was Harwood. I apologize. I just get so excited. All right. That was Harwood with the fancy footwork. We're going to be back in neutral ice, just killing the clock with 8:08 here in the second period. Giving our moms on the clock a good show. Thank you to our moms from the clock. I believe that's Love Day and Pollock on the clock. Thank you for that. Oh, we're out. We got to get out. Hewitt and Gordy trying to regroup and neutralize so that we're not offsides. Perrigy, wow, with a little juke and a jive, finding McGarvey. McGarvey's going to keep it in the zone as we battle on the boards there. Nadad popping out with Emmy Evans. We got line one out for Zandy. Culver's going to work it back out. McGarvey blocking the shot. Love Day with some quick feet and a trickling pass and a shot on net. Makes it through the defenseman as they let it go. Culver banging it back out. We're hot on the pressure. Nadia with a flick finds her forwards. Malachino trying to do some work. It's just getting tangled up as Evans finds Malachino. Malachino with a shot on net. McGarvey with just a ripper. That's some nice work by our girls. Bingo, bango, bongo. No net, though. You cannot find. Oh, there we go. That was Nadad to Emmy Evans. Emmy Evans just absolutely roofing it from the corner there. On the far side, almost on the goal line. That's 2-0 for us. And that was line one, +1. With Nadad and Loveday getting a +1. We're going to face off in center ice as the referee is conferring with our scorekeepers. We got 6:48 on the clock, 19 shots to 6. 6:48 in the second period. Gibbons taking the draw, just battling there. She's got Struna and Mullins on wing. Mullins trying to tap it up, finding Gibbons. Culver with a dump and chase. Oh, Kennedy Copeland loses it there for a second and covers it up. 6:33 in the second. We've got 19 shots to 6. We're going to get a face-off off to Kennedy Copeland's right-hand side. Gibbons is going to take the draw with Struna. We got Schiff and Pepper on D and Mullins out on the wing. Pepper fighting Schiff. Schiff looking for somebody. Schiff finds Gibbons. Gibbons trying to get through neutral ice. Culver just rockets it back into the zone and goes for a change. Schiff is tangled up with the one player that stays out there for Culver. Leah finding her friends. Waldrop just came hot off the bench. I believe it was, nope, it wasn't Waldrop. That was Struna, sorry. It's on the floor. Threw me off there for a second. I thought we had some players come off the bench. We still have line 3 out there with Schiff and Pepper. Culver taking a slap shot wide. Still no shots on that. They have 6 shots on net now at this point. Culver's getting in our zone a little bit more than they did the first period. Leah Pepper, our line 3 has been hung out there. Harwood's back out. And our girls are going to get to go for a change as Kennedy covers the puck. 5:38, we've got line 2 popping out. Waldrop, Doherty and Hewitt on D. Parady's going to take the draw, I believe. Well, we'll see. Yeah, we're in front of our goalie. So Parady will probably take the draw with Waldrop and Harwood on her wings. And Hewitt and Doherty on D. We're going to get a face-off off to the goalie's right-hand side, or left-hand side, sorry. Culver firing one, deflected high by Kennedy. Off the blocker there. Culver walking the blue line. Culver finding a D to D. However, Waldrop with a little kick and a poke there finds Parady. Parady's going to skate out of the zone. She looks up and finds Harwood. Harwood taking it in deep. Harwood in the corners. All three forwards are in the corner there with a Zamboni. I hate that side. We get a little shot on net there. Doherty keeping it in, finding a friend, finds Waldrop. Oh, Laney with a little reach around pass there, trying to slam it in the net. No luck, off the stick of the goalie. We're back at neutral ice and back down in front of Kennedy Copeland again as Culver does some work through neutral ice to find some friends. Paragy's going to grab it up. She's going to find Waldrop on the boards. Culver chips it back in. Finding Hewitt. Hewitt looking, taking her time, making space. Hewitt finds Doherty. Doherty looking. Doherty again trying to make some space. Hewitt working behind the net. Line 1 is out with Parady. No Malachino yet. We got Reagan McGarvey. Malachino pops out. Loveday and Nadad have popped out. We're back down in the Culver territory. Loveday keeping it on the blue line. Melkino behind the net. Evans with a poke. Culver bouncing it up the glass. Or not quite an ice, but it gives them some time to go for a change. The Dodd finding, holy moly, finding Malachino way out front. Malachino one-on-one. And the goalie, glove save for the goalie. First night. Malachino had a wide open net there. Malachino versus the goalie. No luck. She had a nice snipe, though. All right. That gets us in the zone, though. And now we're going to get a face-off up to the Culver goalies, right-hand side. Malachino's going to take the draw. It looks like she's going to try to draw back to Emmy Evans. As Nadad over there playing. I like Nadad on that point, too, sometimes. Right, she's going to play over the side as we rotate through. Malachino popping it back in the corner. Looking. She's got to do some work on the boards. Popping, trying to find Evans. Evans was tangled up with some D. We're back out in neutral ice as Nadad's going to scoop it up and go. Nadad racing around, looking, finding, trying to find Loveday, but it's going to bounce up the boards. Gardy trying to do something with it as Culver gets a trickler on Kenny Copeland, who's going to cover it up with a slow whistle at 3:20 in the second period. We're going to go for a line change as Gibbons and Mullins and Pollock pop out line 3. We've got Schiff and Pepper on defense. Gibbons is going to take the draw off to Kenny Copeland's right-hand side or glove side. Gibbons forcing it forwards. Culver's defenseman trying to get a shot. Gibbons blocks. Gibbons working it up, trying to get it up to Scarlett. Scarlett Pollock through some traffic, and she's free. Folks, she's free. She finds Mullins. Mullins gets poked. Not able to get a shot off. Oh, no! Gibbons didn't see that. Pollock did a back pass to her. Oh, man. Culver capitalizes on it. She thought Scarlett was going to go around the front of the net. Oh, no. Scarlett going to goal. Who is that? Is that Gibbons? I can't tell. Pepper, sorry. They all are the same height. Copeland's going to cover that up as Culver got another shot on net, or 20 shots to 8 with a 2-0 lead for Detroit Little Caesars and 2:53 left on the clock. Hewitt's going to pop out with Jordy on D. Line 2 is going to do the forwards work. Evans. Doherty taking, or I'm sorry, Perrigy taking the draw. Ooh, nice block by Perrigy off her toes. As Culver just rips a shot. The battle on the boards back here by Kennedy. Culver trying to pass to a D. The D is going to work it. Shoot through traffic. Kennedy's got it. It's loose, though. Outskates Waldrip with fast feet. Holy moly, that kid can skate. She pops it up to Harwood. Harwood touches it, and it's an ice. We weren't quite over the red line. We're going to end up with a face-off back down in front of Kennedy Copeland as we go for a line change in the 90s. Line 1 is going to pop back out with Nadad and Loveday on D. We got Nadad and Loveday on D. Malachino is going to take the draw off to Kennedy Copeland's right-hand side here. Culver winning the draw back to their D. Can't do much with it. Trying to get it, but I'm sorry. Evans picks it off, and she is off to the races, folks. She tries to find McGarvey. With a little poke there in front of the net. Lots of action, exciting times. Another shot on net. That's how hockey should look. Malachino working behind the boards, deflected behind the net. Trying to get it back out. Evans with a dump pass back to Malachino. So back to Evans. Evans finds Loveday. Loveday is going to shoot through traffic. Woo, McGarvey. So that was Loveday to Evans to McGarvey at 1:39 in the second period. 1:39 in the second period. That was a little bingo, bango, bongo there. A little pinball action. 22 shots to 9 in the second period with a 1:39 left on the clock. 3-0, sorry, as we go celebrate. And I'm got my love on the Culver goalie there. Sorry about that. Pollock's going to take the draw with Struna and Mullins. We've got Pepper and Schiff on D as they win it, and they're back down in front of the Culver goalie. Pollock on pursuit. Mullins back to Schiff. Schiff's going to bounce it up the boards, trying to find somebody. She's got people on her. Culver's going to try to break out. Culver breaking out of the zone. We got defense. We're back checking. Shift gets roughed up behind the net. And they find Mullins. Mullins chips it up to Pollock. Back and forth we go in neutral ice. Sorry about that. Culver regaining control of it. We're going to go for a line change as line 2 pops out. And a glove save by Kennedy with 56 seconds left in the second period. Doherty and Hewitt are going to pop out. Waldrip, line 2. Parody, Waldrip, Evans. Hewitt and Doherty on D. Culver not finding the net off that face-off, shooting it wide. Harwood has got the puck. She's going to regain control and take it down in front of the Culver goalie. She's actually getting pushed wide and back behind the goalie as Waldrip tries to help her out. Doherty scooping it up on the blue line, trying to find Doherty, or Parody. Sorry. Culver trying to work it out, trying to make space. Hewitt keeping it on the boards. McGarvey pops out. McGarvey on the D, helping out Loveday. No, I'm sorry, that's not Loveday, that's Doherty, sorry. Similar skating styles as the referee's getting totally tangled up on the boards over there. McGarvey getting it through traffic and just rips the one on the goalie. The goalie loses control but maintains coverage on it. They're going to run the clock out. They ran it out 2 seconds after the play there. I don't think they caught that the play was dead. We got 1.4 seconds left on the clock with a 3-0 lead in the second period. Well, referee apologizing for tangling up the kiddos. I mean, it just happens. Sometimes everybody's getting tangled up. Referee's going to blow for a whistle off to the right-hand side of the Culver goalie. Emmy Evans is going to take the draw. Sorry, that was line 1 out there. We're going to regroup at this intermission. Coaches are going to talk to their kids because we've got a third period to play. Pops cleaning the ice by the boards there since we're not getting a Zamboni like we do in Canada after 2 periods. Pops is gonna, hey, how are ya? Oh, reppin'. That's right, love it. All right. Huh?
Who's home?
We are.
Okay.
You are.
Okay, we are home.
We're winning 3-0. Your team's winning. Does that work for you?
Well, I should be happy for something.
They love you. They're so cute. They're Keisha, are you going to come to our game? I love it that they all ask her that. You guys do. Thank you. You guys do amazing stuff for our girls. All right. Line 1's out there. Malachino with the draw. Malachino back to Nadad. Nadad's going to regroup in front of our goalie. And we're getting this and talk. Yeah, 15:55. The clock's still ticking. I don't know what's going on here. I think they forgot about the clock. Clock, ladies, clock. Clock. Turn it off. They just ran down a minute. Clock! Hello? Clock. All right, they're not paying attention. They just ran off a minute off the clock on accident. I don't know if the referee's telling them to do that or not, but we've got Loveday, Malachino, line 1. Referee's not doing anything, so we got 3-0, 23 shots to 10 in the third period here. I'm totally confused because I'm watching them take a minute off the clock because that whole transition. Culver's going to grab the puck after we got a shot on net. We got line 3 out there with Mullins, and Malakino's going to go out as Gibbons comes out. Oh, that is not Love Day on the clock. I don't know who's on the clock then. She's right here in front of me. Interesting. All right, Gibbons is going to take the face-off, finding Peffer. Peffer on the blue line walks it over to Schiff. Schiff's going to walk it in and shot high into the netting. We're going to get another face-off from the Culver goalies. Left-hand side. They burned off about good 40 seconds off the clock. I don't know what happened. Gibbons is going to take the draw. Hopefully she draws back to Pepper. Not happening. That's where you got to work that. All right, Culver skates it out. Pepper and Schiff to do the defensive work. Schiff popping it free, trying to find somebody. The girls are going to go for a change. Schiff chucks it up the boards as we go for a change. And it ends up being a shot on net as she banks it off the boards and into the net. And we've got line 2 out. Perry's going to take the draw right up. Oh, I don't know. We've had this before. Waldrop takes the draw when we're off to the... Yep, looks like Waldrop's going to take the draw back to Perry. They're going to shift around. Ooh. With Doherty and Hewitt on D. Perry finding Harwood. Harwood finding Perry. Perry with a shot. So that was from Harwood to Perry. Harwood with the assist at 14-16 in the third period. That was a snipe. Harwood to Perry. We're going to get line 1 out there on the face-off. Alakito and Evans are going to pop out with McGarvey, and we're going to keep our defense the same. Hewitt to Doherty. Doherty popping it up the boards, trying to find Emmy Evans as they're colliding with the Culver players there at neutral ice. McGarvey hot on pursuit. Hewitt looking for somebody, trying to find Malakino on the center ice there, but referees gonna call it offsides. I don't know what it's on, but hey, Malakino's gonna take the draw at the blue line just outside of Kennedy Copeland. Garvey scoops it up and goes. But Malakino, Garvey taking it in deep on the boards. Evans coming to help her out on the corner there. Culver trying to work it back out with a pass, but the dot is there to stop him. We're back in the zone. Culver is going to pop it out. Loveday. Culver chipping it high, not getting a shot on that again. They're wide open. Loveday getting tripped up there. Culver working through neutral ice. It's getting a bit chippy out there, folks. Because one of our players almost got just smashed into the ice. Line 2 is popping out. Harwood, Waldrop, and Perry. Pepper and Schiff pop back out on D. Pepper coming off the bench. Pepper's going to regroup, looking for somebody with fast feet. Dumps it back over to Perry. Perry trying to find Harwood in center ice. Pepper's going to grab it and go. Pepper taking it in deep. Pepper back down in the corner, working behind the net. Harwood's going to come in and help her out. Pepper looking for somebody. Pepper going around the world with a shot on net. They'll be able to grab the rebound. Waldrop back to Perry. Sheesh. Waldrop finding Harwood in the center ice. Harwood's got too many friends on her from Culver as she finds Perry. Perry chipping it out in front of the net. Oh, come on. Somebody grab that. Pepper looking. Going to keep it in as it gets kicked out. Chipped out. Kicked and sticked out. Say that again twice. Culver going for a full line change. Both teams going for a full line change as Hallett, Gibbons, and Doherty and Hewitt pop out. And Mullins. So we got line 3 plus Hewitt and Mullins. We got 5 2010s out there, folks. Culver's going to regroup. Gibbons is on him. Culver shooting back out in the neutral ice. Emma looking to find somebody. She's getting switched down on the boards there. Pollock coming to help her out. Doherty finding the corner there, trying to get it back to one of her friends. Finds Mullins. Mullins is going to go up to Gibbons. Gibbons is up the boards with it and shipping it back in deep as her friends go for a change. She's going to go for a change. And Emmy Evans came in off the boards or off the bench, and she's going to keep it down in there. McGarvey popping out with Malachino. They got to regroup so that they're not offsides. Malachino, nice, using her feet, keeping it in. Nadad and Loveday on defense. And that was Malachino to McGarvey. I don't know why we're pressing the buzzer over there, but Malachino to McGarvey with a 5-0 lead for Detroit Little Caesars. Ray with the goal. Giving Kennedy Copeland some love. 5-0 in this third period. 27 shots to 10. 11 minutes left to play. I wonder how them Lions are doing. All right, we got a little tussle there. Loveday punching a poke. We're back down in front of Culver territory. Culver quickly pops it back into neutral ice as the Dodd has got fast feet. She's going to help out Loveday. She's got players on her. Dodd looking, finds Evans. Evans going to find somebody. She finds McGarvey. McGarvey, cross-ice pass. McGarvey takes it in with Malachino as they're going to peel off and regroup. Wow. In pops Schiff and Waldrip with just the quickest feet. She's going to jet skate out of the zone. She's going to work it through traffic right through center ice, trying to get a shot up and getting tangled up. With a screech there as she gets tangled up. And Fergie finds Peffer. Peffer trying to get it back to Fergie. She's got Pieper on her, trying to keep it in his zone. Fergie chopping it up to Harwood. Culver racing at Kennedy. Kennedy's going to cover it. We're there to make sure that they leave our goalie alone. Stay out of the crease. That's not done. You should see the boys' world. Sorry about that, folks, but oh wow. What do we got going on here? Culver's got 7 players out there. As Periggy's going to take the draw back to Schiff. Schiff trying to find Harwood. Harwood's going to have some fancy footwork trying to get it out of the zone. Waldrop trying to help him out. Leany getting tripped up. No, that was Pepper getting tripped up there. She's back on her feet quick. Schiff's going to work around behind the boards looking for somebody. She's going to make some space, finding Pepper. Pepper looking. Pepper going cross ice. Periggy chops it down. I think she was aiming for Harwood. Periggy didn't see her there. Periggy catches it up. Nice stick work to herself. As line 3 pops out, Pollock and Struna to help out with Doherty and Hewitt. We got 9:32 left in the third period. Doherty trying to regroup. We're offsides. We got to go check in and check out as Culver can get some extra space. Hewitt looking, finding Doherty. Doherty trying to find Gibbons, who just absolutely, I don't know what happened. She flopped like a fish there. She finds Struna. That would have been a nice assist from Gibbons had that actually happened. But Gibbons flopped like a fish. Somehow got a pass up to Struna. Struna got a shot on that. We got 28-10 shots on that. Gibbons is going to take the draw. Hopefully she finds a friend here. Oh, nice. Pollock with a shot on net there off the face-off. Nice little laser. You could hear that one in space. We got 8:59 on the clock in the third period. Gibbons trying to get it back. Pollock scoops it up. Pollock working through traffic. Pollock with a shot on net. Pollock trying to find somebody. Somebody needs to stay out in front of the net. Can't get goals from behind the net. I'm just saying. I think I've always seen one where somebody shot it and hit the back of the goalie's head and went in. But those don't happen that often. All right. Culver icing the puck. Well, not so much. Culver's going to scoop it up and go. Not calling it ice. Pollock and Doherty doing some work behind the net. We still got the same lineup out there with line 3 with Doherty and Hewitt on D, all the 2010s. Doherty racing, Hewitt coming in to help her out. Hewitt back to Struna. Struna's going to work in the corners with Gibbons. Hewitt, Struna tangling it up by the Zamboni doors there. Hewitt trying to get it out of the zone. Doherty's going to grab it, make some room, look for a friend, and she is not finding a friend, folks. Culver picks it off. Malachino came off the bench. And Pollock's heading back to the bench as our line 1 girls are going to pop back out. Struna's still out there with Doherty and Hewitt looking a little tired after this has been quite a long shift. As, wow, Struna's going to race up there with line 1. Oh, Struna passing, trying to find Malachino. Not able to find Malachino as Nadad and Loveday pop back out. Now we're complete with line 1. Evans popping off the bench. She's free. Malachino's going to skate through traffic, finding Emmy. Emmy getting tangled up in the corner, trying to find Malachino again behind the net. We got some friends parked out front. There we go. Whoop. All right, Nadad's going to grab it, walk the blue line, and skate it in. Nadad looking, finds Evans. Ray's going to come in and help her out there. Ray McGarvey. Reagan. Culver's going to chip it in the middle of the ice, and our defense are going to handle it. It's a lot of back and forth here in neutral ice as Malachino grabs it, and she's going to go. Oh, I thought she was going to do a drop pass there. She was looking to do something. Our defense go for a change. Pepper and Schiff pop out. Schiff tangling them up, and we're not offside, thankfully. We're back in neutral ice as Culver grabs it and goes. We got a 2-on-5 situation for Culver. Culver went for the change. Schiff's going to regroup, but we're way deep. Nobody to pass to. Schiff regrouping, finding Pepper. Pepper going to look and pass it up the boards. She was trying to find Waldrip. But everybody's just getting tangled up in the boards as Perrigan comes out. Line 2, Waldrip's out, and Harwood. Got 6:03, 5-0 lead. Finding Harwood. Jeez Louise. Harwood. I'm just getting Harwood and Evans mixed up today. Oh, Harwood. That was close. Culver's going to grab it and go. Pepper working the D. Not in her house today. Going to tangle on the boards down by the Zamboni door as Perrigan's trying to push it back out. Pepper shooting it. We're going to go for a whole line change here as line 3 pops out. Pollock, Struna, and Mullins. Doherty to Hewitt. We're going to try to break back out as Culver went for a change. Mullins getting tangled up in the corner over there. Doherty making some fast moves with a pass. Nice pass. And finds Mullins. Mullins trying to find Struna. Struna's just tangled up by a Culver player there. Hewitt's going to go back behind the net, getting it back to Doherty. Doherty's going to work it up the boards. Culver just must have had their Wheaties in the last few minutes because they're back down in our zone. 31 shots to 10 as Scarlett Pollock finds some gas, and she's going to go. She's getting tangled up on the boards and draws a penalty. She gets tripped. And we're going to have a power play with 4:39 left in the old third period, the game. Let's see. Oopsie. All right. All right. Let's see how we do. We've got a power play. Yep. Culver's in the box. And Malachino's taking the draw. They're just going to sit on that. Culver's going to grab it and go. Culver through neutral ice. Culver firing deep. They can't ice the puck because they're short-handed. Maddie Schiff's on them. Maddie Schiff trying to get it out to Nadad. Nadad's going to scoop it and go. Nadad racing through center ice, looking for somebody. Finds Evans. Back to Nadad. Nadad's going to take it in, I guess. Looking for somebody on the umbrella. Nobody's there. Kind of all tangled up as Culver's regrouping and just making a brick wall in front of the net. Literally 4 Culver players in the net at one time. It's pretty nice and defensive. And Culver skates it out. Culver's on a breakaway. Culver's going to go. No shot. Oh. I'm not sure how that one even got in. It's a 5-1, folks. That was a 40. In the pro world, you swing your girl out of the box. Not in our world. It's 5-1 at 3:56 in the third period. That line is -1. 40. Let's see who's out there. Loveday. Harrigy's going to take the draw. This is an odd pairing here. We've got Harrigy, McGarvey, and Waldrop out there with Loveday and Doherty on D. Loveday swooping through the zone. Loveday taking it in. Nobody hanging back on D. We got a hole here as it's going to pop out and get past Kate because we only had one defenseman back. Waldrop regroups to Kate. Or I'm sorry, to Loveday. Loveday passing it up to Doherty or Harrigy. Oof. How do you say all that? 5 times over. Loveday to Waldrop. Waldrop looking for somebody. Shot on net. Deflected wide. Doherty's going to walk it in. We got 3:15 on the clock. 31 to 11 shots. Doherty going around the world with a dump pass back to Loveday. They're back to full strength. We just kind of killed that penalty on our own, into ourselves. That was not good. We were on a power play. We did not capitalize on that. Not that it's a bad thing. It is 5-1. We should be just killing the clock at this point. And icing with a shot on Kennedy. Harrigy bouncing it up the boards, but finding a Culver player in center ice. Culver doing some fancy footwork, chipping it back in. Trickler on Kennedy. Kennedy's going to cover it up. No slow whistle. The ref wants her to play it. As Gibbons' third line pops out with Struna, Hewitt. Who's out there? Not yet. What's the score? 27-24. Sorry. Interested in the Lions game. All right. And we've got Gibby behind the net. Gibby looking for somebody, finds Hewitt. Hewitt trying to find, this is trickling through traffic here. Struna is hot on pursuit. Hewitt's going to have to go back as it bounces back into our zone. Hewitt looking, finds Nadia. Nadia's going to have some fast feet. On the camera here. Gibbons is offsides. Rats. As Nadia was on a breakaway. All right, line one's going to pop out with Schiff and Pepper on D. We're going to get a face-off just outside the Culver territory. Malkino's going to take the draw. They should draw back to one of her friends or work it forward. Evans taking it in. Evans getting caught up there. 2 minutes left in the game. Culver's going to bounce it back out. We can't get complacent now, folks. We got to stay on the puck. Culver taking advantage, getting it down in deep. Pepper looking. This is the cleanest hockey I've seen in a long time. Schiff finding McGarvey. McGarvey popping it over to Malachino was to do the work. Malachino working behind the net, getting hung up. I would call that interference because the girl was just holding her stick. But the ref's not going to call that. So, refs didn't call it. I think they called one penalty in the 19 game, and we called very many in ours, maybe 2. Finding Malachino and neutral ice. Malachino firing wide as we go for a change. Hewitt is popping out with Doherty on D. And our line 2 is popping out. Waldrop, Harwood, and Perry are going to pop out. Finding Perry in neutral ice. Perry's going to regroup and try to find Harwood. Harwood to Waldrop. Waldrop's going to take it in. Just absolutely swarmed by Culver players. Perry coming in to help out. We got 40 seconds left in the game, folks. Culver trying to get it out. Perry says not today. Waldrop's going to walk it back in. Finding Harwood. Harwood off the helmet of the goalie there. That was a nice shot. Ooh, Waldrop almost snagged it. Harwood was able to grab it and fire it back in. Deflection. Doherty pop it in to get a little poke at it. Harrigy, we got 16 seconds left. Hewitt's going to still have to do some work here. We might as well kill the clock with 12 seconds. Hewitt's going to wrap it around the boards to Harwood. Harwood's going to catch it up on her stick. Got some fancy little work there. Harwood looking. We're just killing the clock. 1 second left. Harwood firing on net with 1 second left. Giving us 33 shots to 11. We go give some Copeland love. Thank you for joining our broadcast. I think we play again against Big B next Saturday. Coming to you live from Garden City at 9 a.m. maybe? It's 8:30, 9 o'clock, somewhere in there, 6, 7, I don't know. All right, here we go for a handshake. Yep, next Saturday. We'll be playing Big B in Garden City. And our normal practice time, if you're a Caesar parent, that'll be like 9:30, somewhere in there. All right. Have a great, safe drive home. Hopefully the Lions are doing better than what they were when I was watching them last. Have a great day. I'm going to go enjoy some sunshine.